Okay, so here we are with Frostpunk. Game about surviving the apocalypse in a frozen wasteland. I do plan on doing a full playthrough of this, my Dawn of War series as well, and I need to finish Warcraft. I have those 3 series currently going on. My Far Cry was just kind of a one-off for me. I pretty much played the hell out of it on my own. But this time, doing Frostpunk. I am going to be trying it in the harder mode. Oh shit, I forgot to edit the settings to make it hard. That's kind of the point in a hard run, isn't it? Nope, my phone's still connected. Disconnect that.
We roam the still, cold world.
Let's skip that for now. Skip that. You aren't seeing anything. Don't ignore everything you're seeing. I'm not a professional. I do this for fun. Okay, so select scenario. So I plan to do all of these. And they're adding one more final DLC to the game that I've already purchased. I'm really looking forward to it, so that's why I decided, hey, I'm gonna do Frostpunk. Because this was a game that, I'll admit, I pirated, but I liked it so much that I ended up just going out and buying it. So, I'll just making sure the stream was working on my phone here. Looks like it is. Okay, so, that all said, I have no idea exactly as to how good the audio quality will be and stuff for microphones. For hearing me, I tried to make it where I was slightly above the game, but not too much. But that's on my headphones, so it sounds different than I've realized through like phones and such. So, let's go to customize hard.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow. With it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Okay, a new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of the generator only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one else here? Did any of our other people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world, as we know, has crumbled. We have to survive. Now, fight the cold. You need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to the buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal, start the generator. Okay. So, in this game, basically the whole thing is that you are generally just technically like the mayor of the town, the leader. You make every decision in the game to decide everyone's fate. I have beaten this game multiple times on normal difficulty. I've never attempted hard or the extreme difficulty, I think it's called, the hardest. So this will be a little bit of a challenge for me, whether or not I finish the game or not. I don't know like what the big time strats are or anything to make sure that everyone lives or to get the most value out of everyone. I just know what I like and what I agree with. Now, the thing is that as you can tell up over here, we have some buttons that control the speed of time. I can hit buttons on my keyboard to go ahead and adjust that manually rather than clicking it. We also have our coal, wood, steel, and steam cores resources that we have to manage, and we also have raw food, just uncooked food, and food rations, food that actually has been cooked. The other thing you have here is the day, so you can see how long it is before the temperature drops or changes. Other than that, we have this crater, basically, that we have to go ahead and build the last city on. The other thing is that if I zoom in here, you can actually see all the little people walking around. And if I go over here to this side, you can see all my people that I have to decide how to use. So you can see like who's unemployed, who is able to work but hasn't been given a task, and who is prevented from working at all. So currently I have 15 children, 15 idle engineers, and 50 regular workers. Engineers in this game are kind of like the scientists and people who know how to use equipment like that. Otherwise it is just the just general worker. Let's test something real quick. Okay. So, that's the basics of the game. So, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, also right here you can see kind of like the goals that we currently have. This is also the temperature. It shows us as to how cold everything is, and respect to each other. So we have currently in the teal, so we're at chilly. People are low risk getting cold, livable, very low, comfortable. Is basically you cannot get sick. So we just gotta manage that for everybody as well. I also have here the time so that everybody will be working or whatever is going on. So as of right now, to start the game, since nothing else is happening, I'm going to go ahead and open what is called the Book of Laws. By opening this, you can decide on various things that change as to how basically the laws of the land go. That can change as to how you treat stuff. Now the one I want to get off right off the bat is the emergency shift. Now emergency shift is as it says here. Force workers at any facility to work for the next 24 hours. Basically just keep people going if I need something to stay open. Sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else or die. So like I said, sometimes you just gotta do that. Now, hopefully I won't use it too often, but every time you do, this content will rise slightly. I'll explain that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and sign the Book of Laws for emergency shift.
New law! A new law has passed.
Okay, so now it has this white band around it. The white band will slowly go away. Once it completely goes away, I'll be able to enact a new law if I decide I want to. Now, since we are just starting out, I don't have any way to click construction and actually build anything. So I can't do anything there yet. However, since we do have resources laying around, let's go ahead and get some wood crates. We'll send 10 people to go over here. Let's go ahead and get this coal over here. This coal, that's wood. This coal? Yes. We'll get some, all the coal flowing in right now. Any leftovers there? I have 5 more. So we'll just start working on more wood for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and allow time to start. Okay. So now we can see everybody's reactions to my new law that I just started up here. So right here in the middle, you can see that I have 80 people who currently have no homes, nowhere to rest. Discontent is basically just people are angry. If it fills up, bad things will start to happen. So I want to keep this low. Hope makes people lower discontent faster and prevents negative things from happening. So as everybody walks out here, you see them come over here, carve a path through the snow, begin gathering up as much wood as they can, or coal or what have you. Then you see all the children hanging out over here. See, they come with their little bags of stuff. Now, even though they aren't all coming back, as long as they are on the work time and at the getting their resources, you'll see that everything is slowly going up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the generator. click it. Put Steam level 1. You can see right here it's slowly warming up. You can see it going right there. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food, there will be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay. So, as you see right here, you can see the yellow bar went from shut down all the way up. It's working its way up to 100%. So right here, if I go to the temperature, you can see now that it is orange. It's livable. So this is very useful for that at the moment. Now I know that, let's see here. We can go ahead and start plopping down some tents. So that way people can have some sort of home. I'll wait for more wood to be gathered. I'm gonna take some off the coal. Throw more onto the wood. And I'm gonna go ahead and speed up time ever so slightly. If you're paying attention to this, you might see it every so often it goes down a bit. Now hard mode in this game, to my understanding, basically makes it so
Workday ends. It's off time.
that discontent will rise faster and take longer to go down, and hope will take longer to fill up, but really easy to go down. Now since we're at free time, people are free to do whatever needs to be done in order to either advance the city or just take care of needs, like if they need to eat or stuff like that. Speaking of which, make a cookhouse. Build it back one. As you can see, they start going ahead and building everything. Let's see, more and more people are no longer homeless. This is going down steadily. I'm gonna go ahead and move 2 people off of that, put them on food. So first thing in the morning, they'll wake up before everybody else and start cooking food to distribute to everybody else. You can see all the other homeless people just kind of lay on the ground or wherever they can here by the generator to try and stay warm. Introduce a new law, so let's go and get that. I'm going to get the extended shift. Now this one, as it says here, can extend the workday in any facility to 14 hours. I believe by standard it's at 10 hours, but this will extend it to 14, so it makes them work just a little bit longer rather than the full 24. Discontent will rise slightly, and working overtime causes discontent. So if I have many buildings running in this mode, it'll build up over time. But I only usually use them for specific ones that we need it, but I don't want to force them to do.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Yeah, 10 hours. Okay, so now we just wait for morning. Now if I come back to the cookhouse, it's almost 8 o'clock. Everybody's going out to go take care of their stuff.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Now the cookhouse is working. These two people are making all the meals they can. They're going to convert 2 raw food into 4 food rations. So that way we can begin feeding everybody. I'm gonna take these off and put them on the steel because we need them, so that way I can make a gathering post. This will allow them to gather these things faster, and it'll put them at less risk of getting sick, because at the moment we already have 4 people sick, and I don't want to get overwhelmed with the amount of the number of people sick too early on. And so I have more resources to make better medical facilities for everyone. Since we have a good amount of coal coming in, but not enough wood, I'm going to bring some over here from this coal. I'm going to bring more to the steel. I'm going to take one more cook off of there, since we already got almost full meals, and put them on the steel as well. So we're at 8 steel right now. Yes, so that'll give me enough to build the gathering post right here. And then we just build a street. Let's see here. Street. Bring it out to there. I'm going to take these people off the steel now. Move some over to the wood. That way the remainder can make the gathering posts, while we still continue to gather these.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
So, whenever this pops up, it means that there's some sort of event we have to take care of. So this one, no roof over our heads, housing problem. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in the terrible cold. We better do something about it. I'll provide some shelter. I'll provide shelter for everyone, or I won't do it. Right now. So, depending on the option that you pick, it changes as to the requirements for you to finish it, and basically how happy or unhappy people are with everything. This one says you'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 20 people. you'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 40 people. Now, you can also tell as to which one will cause more or less damage should you fail or finish them. So, since I do want to shelter everyone at this point, I'm going to put I will provide shelter for everyone in 2 days, which is very doable at this point. I'm going to put that. And it says here, we have 2 days and 0 hours left. So I'm going to go ahead and remove people off of all these things here. Okay. So, there you go. Gathering hub is made. So now I'll put 10 workers here. So come tomorrow, all of these people are going to gather and all 3 of these are going to start to deplete faster than they would normally. Next, we need to look at our food because we have currently no income from food. So I'm going to bring a hunter's hut. I will put it right here. Now a hunter's hut does not matter as to how warm it is, I learned, as they do not require heat in order to function. I'll put it back here so that way it's connected to a road already. So we'll have everyone come over here and start gathering. Well, building. Another event. The wisdom of the crowd. A word of advice. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree with everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. I'll bear that in mind. So essentially, as long as we do eventually solve the problem, even if we won't do this now, people will still be happier at the end, as long as we still solve the issue. Now next, I want to see about getting a fighting arena. So this one will allow people to have evening fights in order to reduce discontent. So that way they can have some way of slowly lowering it.
New law! A new law has passed!
Putting on fights was the next best thing to the races. Itching to see a good fight, it'll be just like the old times. Need them to hurry up on that. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and assign everybody I can hunters. So we can have some sort of food incoming. With basic resources secured for now, we can now try to rescue people we left behind, build a beacon, scout the Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. We'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Okay. Yeah, working towards that. Now if you see here, you can see all these people coming out to the hunter's hut and then heading on out. And what these people do is every night they'll gather up, head out, climb the walls, and go search for food. Now, one thing about the game is that since there is no animation to climb up the wall, they just kind of fade into the snow. For all I know, there's a small tunnel that goes out enough. I don't know. But since it's all we can do at the moment, let me go ahead and get some more tents set up. Well, let we build the fighting arena. Okay, so do right here. How big is the fighting arena? Doesn't let me see anymore. I think it was like 3 wide as well. So I'll put it like that. I'll put it like that. Okay, now we just gotta wait.
Move! Time to get to work.
Okay, so now that this area is going, see right here, they're gathering faster than before. So I had what, like close to like 12 people on steel and it wasn't even gathering 1. Now it's almost gathering 2. This one we're gonna need another post. We're gonna put it right here for now. Gotta wait for more wood to come in. I can finish building the street. Okay. I'm gonna get the fighting arena now. And then once I see this hit 20 wood, I'm gonna build the last 2 houses for the last remaining 20 people. As each of these can hold 10. So since we built the fighting arena, since we passed the law we had to build one, hope will rise because we finished one of the things we set out to do.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Okay, so not quite the amount of what I was hoping for, but I'm gonna go ahead and extend it just so we can finish getting this last one. Okay, so it was what? It was 2 food for 4 for every 2. Okay, so this is technically 6 things of food. So 6. That's not good. Got a lot of sick people already. Tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these coals. That way people don't have to come this far out. More people has just died. Sickness, accidents, and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. So, once we're done here, I'm going to be going with the cemetery, but I need to wait until morning till I can pass that. So, while everybody's sleeping, we'll just wait for the timer to go down. And I know I think I've already said this once, but this is one of my favorite soundtracks for a game because it really emphasizes the mood, sad, bitterness with just a bit of hope into it of what everyone's trying to do in this. Okay, so we need to get
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
many things. Okay, so hard is being a bit more hard than I expected. Okay, so we'll have that go up here. Now, since we desperately need wood, even though I don't want to because it's very cold out there, currently negative 40 degrees,
Get to work.
I'm going to go ahead and send a couple people out here to the wood. Okay, let's get the cemeteries.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Bring the cemetery way out here. Actually gonna bring it out here. The reason being is you do not want it to be too close to the city. Okay, let's bring everybody back. It's too long. Next, we'll start getting a medical post to help ease everybody on this. Okay, I'm going to put the medical post right here, so that way it can be warm inside. The cost to build that 20 times 5. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that off for now. I'm gonna build another cookhouse closer. That way you can actually be warm and keep operating. So we need that. We dismantle this one.
It's off time.
Now, currently I can't heat everything, so I'm gonna have to not address it for now. Okay, so gathering posts are still going. Keeping everybody relatively warm. It's better than negative 40. Negative 40 on temperature is down here at very cold. We're keeping everybody in the teals to regular cold. Chilly to cold. That's better, but not by much. Now, I'm gonna also go ahead and build another hunter's hut. Since we do have an excess of workers at the moment, I'm gonna have some more going on getting food. I'm also gonna build another medical post. I believe these can only hold so many. Yeah, they can only hold 5 people. Currently I have 6 more just sitting out in their homes and stuff, not being tended to. I can't have that. Go ahead and speed up time a little bit. Once this finishes, go ahead and immediately get some staff in here to take care of those sick folk. There we go. Okay, so let's throw anybody extra who can. It's the hunter's hut. We'll go out and get us some more food for today. Introduce a new law. Now at this point, I think it'd be best to start working down the medical tree. So at this point, I'm concerned on which one to get. I can either get sustained life, where it says here we can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least care for to keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. The gravely ill will be kept alive, but untreated in medical post. Hope will rise slightly. Discontent will rise slightly. The gravely ill will not be treated and remain a burden. The gravely ill will take up beds in medical post. So basically, if people get too sick, we would continue to take care of them and make sure that they're comfortable, but they'll take up space and resources and not contribute to anything else. Or I can go with radical treatment. Try everything and cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. Gravely ill will be treated in medical post. Hopeful will rise slightly. 30% of gravely ill treated in medical posts will be left as amputees. Discontent will rise slightly. So on this one, there's a chance that a gravely ill person can recover and just continue on their way. However, a good chance also that they'll become an amputee. Amputees will be the same thing as the sustained life. They can no longer work, but they can contribute with like building buildings and such, but they cannot like gather or cook. On this one, since I am doing hard mode and I do want to win, I would go with radical treatment, but also realistically I would rather have radical treatment than sustained life, as yes, it's okay and all good and well with having sustained life, but not really contributing much. Well, if need be, you could always contribute later on. So I'm going to do radical treatment.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Yeah, see? At least we'll be saving lives. Now currently, all things continue to chug along for the night. But What is our consumption? There it is. I forgot the big one on the right. So currently losing 144 a day. Coal will last for 2 days. About 3 more days to the current stockpile. That's more than enough time for me to get some wood to put a gathering post out here to gather these up. I'd rather not send people out into the cold whenever I don't have to. Now since I have these buildings on the extended shifts, 14-hour shifts, they're coming out at 6 in the morning rather than 8. So they'll start gathering all this stuff up.
Get going! Time to earn your bread.
Okay, and since this cookhouse is closer to the generator, it's warmer, so it's still cooking, making 8 meals an hour, which we desperately need because we have 36 people starving, well, hungry. But they're quickly taking care of that issue. Next, we need to work on getting a workshop. Put it there. So these people are finishing up all their leftover stuff at the moment. Not gonna be much left for them to do soon. Oh, something happened. Child's plea at the cemetery. Captain found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. He must have been there for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. Says that if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. And also, his mom died and he's feeling sad. He must face his loss. Hope will fall slightly. Speed up time again. Now, I don't know if anyone's watching it, or if you're watching in the future and are watching one of the video on your own time. If you do have any suggestions, I mean, feel free to leave on what I think I should do on the laws.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out.
Okay, before we continue on to the big game changer there, let's see here. More sick beds needed. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. They're asking you to address this problem. I can build a new medical post. 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment, or nothing right now. I can build the medical post, but I don't know if I have to staff it, so I think we'll do it this one. Because eventually I'll need more medical posts anyway. Now, onto this. This is the technology tree. On this one, we have our engineers, science types, go ahead and see about giving us new ways to take care of everything. For the time being, we can make a steam hub, make heaters, make a beacon, can gather, get faster gathering, a coal thumper, sawmill, or steelworks, or upgrade the hunter's equipment. This one will allow them to come back with more food. However, for the moment, I think I would most prefer to have the beacon. The beacon will allow us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. By doing this, I have a chance of getting more people to come to the city in. That'll give me more people to spread out to do various tasks. However, that does also open us up to more issues. So, let's go ahead and put that new medical post right there. That way we can satisfy this and take care of the 7 people still wandering around sick that aren't being tended to yet. So that means I already have 5, 10, plus 7, so 17 people just sick already. Yeah, see, 4 people here have already gotten sick and missed work. So next, I can either get a care house, gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at a low cost in special homes. Care house. They kept in care house and no longer burden medical post. Residents of care houses eat half as much. Hopeful rice, so you'll have to build a care house. Or extra rations for the ill. Use extra rations in medical facilities to speed up recovery or overcrowding. Medical facilities should be fully utilized. You have to put the patients on the floor. The capacity is doubled, so a medical post will be able to handle 10 instead of 5. And if we do use more than 5 in one, eventually people will start getting angry as it's used. The other thing we can do is ceremony funerals. Those who gave their lives in the service of the city deserve the highest honor. We'll give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. Loss of hope caused by deaths is halved. Now this one I am going to be getting, because I don't have to build anything, and it's just a pure bonus. Plus it's right to do that, in my mind.
A new law has passed.
Now the engineers, I'm going to want to also put into the extended shift because I do want them to work as long as they can. I'm also going to put, let's see here, where do I have engineers? I only have 15, they're already scattered in here. So if I take one off of here and put them in here. Okay, so that fulfills the promise requirements. Immediately 5 people pile on in here. Okay, so we're still getting many sick people. Go ahead and build. That's coal, that's coal, that's coal. Steel. Don't need right now. Coal we're running out of. Crates depleted. So do these people have anything else? They have one more thing to gather. These only have a little bit, so in about 2 hours this will be done. Family torn apart. So a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure that they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out there. She urges you to hurry. Do what we can. Yep, working on that. Okay, so these people are all done with their work, so they can no longer do anything. So we'll take them out of there, so that way they can relax near the generator if need be. We'll put 2 more into this group of gatherers to just up our supply a bit, because we're currently not meeting that. Let's see if we can increase that yet again as well. some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want you to do something. See if we can feed everyone. First amputation. Save a patient's life way to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. I forgot to connect the street. Don't know why that was still blinking. Just like that, we've gotten up to negative 22 degrees. It's gotten warmer.
Work time. Get back to work.
Okay, put claws. Okay, so you can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. After introducing the law, another one will be passed. Soup available in the cookhouses. Hope will fall slightly discontent or rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent. Or we can add sawdust to the meals to make them filling but not exactly tasty. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly. Some people who eat it will fall ill. Now at this point in the game, I don't want them to start getting more and more sick. Can't afford people getting sick, really. But we can afford soup, as we can always make people happy to counteract it. And we don't have to do it all the time, just whenever necessary. So I'm gonna do this one.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Okay, now we have the beacon. Let's go ahead and we'll put it right there, I guess. No, we'll put it here. Yeah. We'll get the next research started. I know we're gonna need it, so let's go ahead and just grab the coal thumper now.
workday is up.
Beacon is built. We're no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us, the Frostland. So, with that in place, once the hunters get back, we'll take 5 of them off. We'll turn them into scouts. We can send them out. Ready to search. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up eager to go looking for our lost people in the Frostland. The woman that came forward earlier is among them. We needed a win. Okay, new law. Let's see here. Next, I think I will be getting the care house. So this way, we can get amputees or anyone who's too sick out of here. Make room for the others. Put it right there because it's fairly easy to fit right there. Okay, Coal Thumper is finished. Let's see here. Next we are going to be getting the... So we no longer have any sources of wood, so we need to get some. So we're going to be getting the sawmill. Sawmill will cost 10 wood to make. Okay. That way we can get all these frozen trees that are along our borders. Okay, let's take 5 off of there. However, we do need 40 wood in order to get there. So we'll take those 5 off and we'll put them over here to help us gather coal. sawmill ready. Plop it down. And since we are needing coal, we can get the coal thumper. Actually slide it on in right there. We'll get both of those building. Okay, so the care has been made, so hope is rise, discontent falls, quite a bit honestly. And there's a lot of people in here already. Now, since we can't do anything about researching for the time being, we'll go ahead and send our engineers over to this medical post. Help take care of who we can.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
That there is. Okay, so these people aren't going to be bringing us very much anymore. We're going to go ahead and put them on the coal thumper. This machine will do. So go ahead and begin to hit the ground. And what this will do, it will cause these little mine shafts inside to bring out coal, which will be gathering around over here. Okay, so now that we have some food, I'm going to take these guys off of here, put them into our sawmill. That way we can continue having that taken care of. I should take these guys off of here and put them not in there because they're out of coal. Instead, we'll put them in here. The coal thumper to get it coming along better. There it goes, it's making little gathering poles. So then this gathering post can go ahead and start taking that up. Once we get to a little bit more of a stable position, I'll see about getting some scouts out.
End of shift. Go rest all you can.
Cold homes. Can't really address that right now. Can't take care of new law. Let's see here. Get the prosthetics. Everyone wants to contribute to the survival of our city. If we can bring amputees back to fitness, we should do it. So this one is, we'll be able to make these in the factory where the research is taken care of. And amputees fitted with prosthesis in medical facilities will be able to work again. So we'll get that.
Hear me, hear me. Do law in the city.
So what I'm gonna do next, since we have a bit of coal coming in now. 3, 4, 5. We need significantly more wood, so never mind. Just do that for now. I'll actually just max that out. I'll put the coal thumper to get started early. As well as the sawmill. I'm going to take a single worker off of those two. Put these in here. And we're going to get the hunter's gear started. Okay, although I don't want to do it already, we do need 24-hour shift. Turn that on.
Brace yourselves. Coal is coming. The work shift starts.
Go ahead and destroy this. We don't need it over there. It's not being used. Might as well recycle it. Okay, so we're gonna send out the scouting team. We're gonna send them over to the Lost Expedition.
coming. Put down your tools.
Okay, so they're gonna continue working and making this whole pile bigger and bigger. So that way these people can gather it all up easier. Now we are starting to run out of food again. That's why we need these people to hurry up. And bring more people. Because I cannot stretch. I'm stretching these 78 people, 77 people very thin at the moment. A few more seconds until they reach them. The rest of our people made camp here too, exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. Explore. We enter the camp appearing out of the driving snow. A choir, excited voice welcomes us. Thank God you found us. We had been wandering for days. We couldn't go on any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. Sights discovered the gloomy cave and the sturdy shelter. Escort them back to the city. Scouts will set out towards our city and bring the survivors quickly and safely with them. Or, survivors will set out towards our city on their own. It will take longer, and some of them may die. We'll take them all because we need everybody. Lower that down. We'll leave that one up. Now there's plenty of coal here for these people to gather. Oops, wrong one. So get to the drawing boards. We need 50 wood. Throwing them over here. And here they come. Scouts have returned safe to the city. Arrived with 22 workers, 10 engineers, and 4 children. People from our convoys. For you unions. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We will look for the others. Okay. So, let's see here. We have the gloomy cave, the sturdy shelter. The bulky cylindrical construction stands on a small hill. Union Jack flies over it. There's no sign of movement. Gloomy cave. There's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's now gone. We're at the crash site. Several wrecked vehicles. No signs of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. We had a lot of supplies in them after the crash. We'll go to the crash site, because maybe they'll, like it says, might have some supplies left over for me. Okay, so now that we have an influx of people, let's get some on food, fill that up, put the engineers to work, the medical posts, and the workshop there, and we'll also put them into the sawmill because we're going to need a lot of wood. Search for others. Our people found a trail leading into the wilderness. We should follow it. We must find other people and ask them to help secure our travel. Research is done. Let's get the drawing boards. This will upgrade the researches that we can do so we can get more advanced things, which we desperately need, honestly. Because this number is way too high. And I don't have enough ways to take care of it at the moment. Child shelters. Children will be safer if they stay in the shelters during the day and they won't cause any mischief. New building. Child shelter. Hope will rise, providing all children with a place in the child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. You will have to build a child shelter. That's easy enough. I don't want to put them into child labor because it's not something I really like and it's a bit iffy at times.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
We'll go ahead and do this. Actually, slap it in right there. Fit nicely in that little street that's already been built. And we do need to make a couple more tents for this newly arrived.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
You have 3 days to feed everyone. We need to do something about the discontent. Fast forward the time here. Let's wait for the scouts to reach their destination. Okay, so the crash site. That's where our expedition was split up when our vehicles crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be here, raw foods and wood. Fate of the Forgotten. There are plenty of priceless supplies on the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We do nothing for them, not even bury them. We'll gain 34 raw food and 150 wood. The observatory. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory this Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over it. Children are cared for. Child shelter is ready and the children are safe inside. People can work without worrying that something will happen to their kids. Hope rises. By law, children in child shelters, if relevant laws are passed, they will help with research or healthcare. Children not in shelters, 3. We'll need to build another one soon. Eventually. I think it says that all of them have to be in there for the bonus. Providing all children gives a permanent hope. Okay.
Time. Get moving.
Okay, let's see here. We're gonna get the range upgrade. Apprentices. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children medicine so they can help with the sick. Children will help at medical facilities, raising their efficiency. Or children from child shelters will help at workshop speeding up research. Honestly, I'd rather just get people out of the post, so let's get a medic apprentices.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
We'll also see about getting that child shelter. So our doctor wants to talk about improving radical treatment. How was a field surgeon in the Boer War? And worked with the Royal Society to reduce the rate of limb loss in army hospitals. I believe I can devise a method that will cut the number of amputations during radical treatment, give him what he needs. Yes, anything to prevent people from becoming amputees is good. Scouts got there. Something is amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments, and the dome is open, letting a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. We'll go ahead and take them with us, because we need the resources as well. So it gives a good excuse to head back. They should be here today. We're going to take the engineers out of here. We're going to put one more in there. Max that out. We're going to actually put the 5 here. Raise that up. More sick beds needed. I'll open a new medical post. Yeah, I kind of need it. Lower that down. We don't need wood as desperately. That'll help with the discontent. I'll take these engineers off, put them in the middle of the post. That's too cold for them to function. Okay, we'll just take them out. And this one then. Okay, so the scouts have returned and brought everything back with them. So we're going to immediately throw those extra workers out, bring back more food. Throw them into here, here. As for the scouts, send them to the sturdy shelter. It'll take them a day to get there, basically. While we're at it, we'll also build B2. Actually, gonna need 3. Three roads, or 3 houses. People are angry, as you can tell by this angry thing here. However, things are getting better, especially because the weather got warmer for us. The nick of time. This should start causing people to feel better in their little tents and give me time to prepare for the next time it goes down in 2 days. Now we can put those engineers here. That we can get more sick people in.
Work time. Get back to work.
We'll throw the remaining engineers there. And there. Just to get the food cranked out. We'll actually let the engineers cook. And have more people go out at night. Actually, I have so many people sick. I'm just gonna go ahead and immediately build another care post. There's way too many. Once this finishes, I'll make some... I don't think I got the steel for it. Okay, we'll just leave that maxed out. And then once this finishes, we'll throw the people in there. Next, we need the bunkhouse, because it is better prepared for the cold. Fewer amputations, sir. The doctor is trying to improve radical treatment this year. He is reporting a breakthrough. A certain unorthodox method in my colleagues learned would be appalled by the experiments I had to perform, but it works. I expect the number of amputations or radical treatments to be halved. Seems eager to get back to his everyday work and try his new method. Well done. So, go ahead and put him back to work there. Since we're pretty decent on wood, let's get some more engineers there, take care of more. I'll take one out. Put them over there. Hungary for fit, hope rises. I'm gonna go ahead and remove two more from here to put them over here.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperatures in their homes. I can't address right now because the weather is going to change in a second. I don't know that I can handle that. So I have to keep them like this, but once it drops down, it's going to go down to here. I can't prevent that at the moment. Speaking of, I'm also gonna go ahead and put another care house down because I have a lot of people just sitting around in that other one. They're probably clogging up the other medical post. What is our current usage? Gaining 171, losing 288. I don't like it, but we may have to use the overcrowding. Just so we can get
New law. A
people
new
taken
law
care
has
of.
passed.
The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. The trail leads to another city. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with medical supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy on door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there was another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in two directions. London, 1,934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Sites discovered: the Steel Bridge. The trail goes over an elegant steel bridge that crosses a huge ravine. The bridge is remarkably snow-free. I'm also going to build another gathering post. Here, because we need to get on top of this whole situation. Go ahead and stop there. Get in here.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Okay, medical posts. Thanks to the upgraded methods, people in medical posts will heal the sick 10% faster. Get a hot house. A few hardy crops can be grown here, supplying up to 26 food per day. Get more scouts. Get heaters or a steam hub. at the moment, I think I want the hothouse. But at the same time, get the wall drill because it is significantly better than the sawmill. Brass plaque on the bridge reads, "Built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by a working automaton." A functional automaton. The bridge to Winterhome. We stopped at the edge of a deep, wide ravine, marveling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be impossible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. Send it to the city. Automaton will safely reach our city on its own. Or dismantle it. Get 88 steel and 2 steam cores. Turn off the automaton and disassemble it. Now, we will send it to the city. We reprogrammed the automaton and sent it on its way. As it disappeared into the distance, walking steadily towards our city, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the bridge. Next, we'll go to the weather station. After that, we'll send them back. Deserted bridge. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why was the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. Hope falls slightly. We'll find out in Winterhome. Cookhouse helpers. Help the amputees. So a group of amputees is here to see you. They want to help in the cookhouse. We don't want to sit on our arses all day, content with just being kept alive. We can't do hard work anymore, but if we fashion some simple prostheses out of wood, we can help in the cookhouse and earn our keep. Aw, come on. I can't do it. I can't click it. There's the factory I need. How much does it cost for this? 75 and 25. This needs to reach at least 12 hours. So that way once they stop, it'll last until they restart.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
nobody in the weather station, but everything still seems operational. We could try and find out what the scientists from Winterhome were working on. Grim forecast. Found scientist notes. They predict that the Great Hold is going to get much worse. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obviously moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. Take resources, coal and another steam core. We can go to the coal mine. See a couple of buildings and a tall winding tower. There's a sliver of smoke rising from it. Several vehicles and tents. We can see people moving between them and smoke rising from a campfire. We'll go to the large convoy and then back home. Drop off everything and then come back here. The abandoned station. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened as such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. We'll have answers soon enough.
Well, the frost is here.
Everything's getting cold again. Not as cold for the ones closest to here, but out here it's getting kind of bad. But I plan on fixing that as soon as I can.
Get back to work.
Apparently one person is not enough to make this work. The man from Winterhome searched for the other cities. Found an exhausted man at the edge of our city. He said that he came from Winterhome, a settlement located not far from here, and that he was the last survivor. Winterhome is dead. Everyone's dead. There's no hope for survival in this cursed wasteland. You're all doomed. You must escape. Those were his last words. So we're alone. We are alone. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There were supposed to be many settlements and construction crews here, people living normal lives in homes, heated by generators. But we're alone. Hope falls. Winterhome has fallen. We're all dead. How will we survive without any help? We have to go back to London. There's no hope for us in this frozen desert. People start to gather as the news of the fate of Winterhome spreads through the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. I must give them purpose. Okay, so choose our path. People are shaken, racked by fear and doubt. They've lost hope in our chances of survival. Desperation quickly pushed them to commit reckless acts. You have to unite them behind a vision of the future. Decide now what will give them purpose and restore hope, or else our city will descend into the chaos that consumed Winterhome. Faith and spiritual strength. A new set of laws will be available. Faith, or order and discipline. I've seen Order and Discipline. I've always gone with this one because Faith doesn't seem like it would really do much. But I've never actually tried it. So I'm going to be trying it this time. See how this goes. Purpose. The House of Prayer. It's interesting when you pick the other one, it goes downwards. We need a place to practice our faith in peace. After introducing this law, a new building, House of Prayer, new ability, sermon, House of Prayer, the temple. People living nearby will gather to pray, which will raise their hope. You have to build 2 houses of prayer. Okay.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Is together. Praise the Almighty. What a godly plan. Where can I pop this? Right there. Okay, and so we're running low on steel in order to build more better houses. Get that going. And we can dismantle the sawmill for now. It's not going to serve any purpose once we get this up and running. Steam cores. We have just used our first steam cores. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. Can't manufacture steam cores in the city, so let's hope that our scouts find them during their expeditions. I see. Unconvinced want to leave. The Londoners. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared that they want to flee the city of London in 15 days. They've come to try and change your mind. Oh. You say that faith will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to pray for? Food? When we start to starve, shouts one of them. If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down, we're not going to die. The Londoners. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared they plan to leave the city in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. Okay, that. I'm going to take a quick break just so I can feed my dogs. And then we'll continue. Okay. So back to Frostpunk, the city management survival game. Okay, so let's see. What was I doing before I left to go feed the dogs? Let's see. Food is definitely an issue. I currently have 0 food. I have the scouts. I believe they're on the way back. Where are you guys going? Oh, that's right. You're going over here to the convoy. Okay. We have the automaton on its way back. Hope is terrible. Discontention rising. The Londoners are recruiting more people to leave the city. The generator is running very low on fuel. But we are currently trying to fix that. And I need steel, which this is getting. So that way I can build better houses for everybody. Okay. I'm also building that giant sawmill on the wall drill, sorry, to dig out the frozen forest so we can use it as wood. Okay, back to regular scheduled struggle for survival with very little resources. Okay, is anyone coming to fix this? Not yet. Well, create it. Okay. What else can I do to raise hope? Are the children in their little houses? Yeah. Okay. Surprisingly, not all of them go in.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
All the hunters are going out to go get the food. So that should be fixed for tomorrow. Cold homes. I can't do that right now. I'm working on it, but I can't do it as soon enough. Generator, 9 hours. I needed to reach 12. I have so many amputees. Scouts to reach a large convoy. There's a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They're weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. They sought Winterhome. Workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were heading for the city of Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but ran out of fuel. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to send them back to the city so they can start on their own. But I'm also going to send... Ooh, that's a day and 6 hours. You know what? Meet up with the survivors and just bring them back. We can get some more people here. We can see about getting more things done easier. How much does the House of Prayer cost? I need to also do that to help. 30 wood and 10 steel. I have neither of those, but we're working on wood now. There's some people there in the morning. And there's no weather changes for the next few days. It's gonna stay at negative 40 for a while. Discontent is rising. We've been overcrowded. Medical facilities, nothing right now. People are hungry. Cold at home. Yeah, cold at home I'm trying to take care of. It's these guys right here. Also need to work on the food. We'll join the Londoners, sir. People want to leave for London successfully or their friends and neighbors to join. The people are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in ultimate survival. Okay, so pause time. Generator is about to run out. We have 3 more hours before people can start to wake up. To fix this, I don't want to, but I have to. I'm gonna make these people work 24 hours. Now we can get the coal coming in order to keep the generator going until the next batch of people arrives, so I can increase this and get the wall drill working better. Once I don't have to worry about the generator anymore, I can work on making everybody warmer and getting some more food sources, because I don't think these are going to be cutting it too much sooner. Oh, thank God the automaton's here. What did you call that thing? Automaton? That thing's bloody massive. Automatons are mankind's greatest creation.
Move! Time to get to work.
Automaton's dangerous. A word of advice. Our first automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labor crews. They work around the clock with short breaks to refuel at the generator. We can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. Okay, so with this, what I can do is I can remove these people from here because they apparently don't want to work. I'll send the automaton out there because it's cold out there. This will do. Is it'll work at a fraction of a normal human, fully equipped human team here. So if we had 10 staff, it would be faster than this one, but this one stays all the time. There are people who decide to, during emergency shift, don't know what happened, but it's likely it was a heart attack. And emergency shifts for today, we must make sacrifices to survive. Do I take the hit from the discontent? I'll go up even higher. I guess just screw it. We got the generator going for now. Steelworks. Need 25 wood. The automaton's working on that on its way over. Okay, we currently have enough now. Let's go ahead and put it down to be built. I'm going to remove some engineers from here for now. Get them gathering more coal, because we need that desperately. Now, I need to work on heating. I think I'll go for the medical post upgrade just so I can get people out of here faster. Even if it's only slightly. Actually, I don't have too many people in there at the moment compared to earlier. Yeah, so I can empty this one then because there's no one there. And this one here as well. Okay, so I'll put them here, them here, to get that going. Automaton's doing his thing, running that machine. Get a road built. Come out here, so people can get to work in this steel works. Until we can finally start building better houses. I'll wait till this is almost up, because if it's like the last one where I need resources to answer something, I want to make sure I have it. Note of thanks. Just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world we're creating, and see things will be different. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, I didn't really want to send the kids to work if they didn't have to. Although if I did, I would have another 22 workers available. Okay, they've arrived with many things. 221 wood, 2 steam cores, 10 food rations, 100 food rations. That's enough to feed the city almost one time. Coal, engineers, and more workers. Okay. So all these are full. Uh-oh. Starving and angry, food riot. Captain, our people are protesting. Some of them have been incited by the Londoners. This is incredible. All of them are hungry and scared. Friends and loved ones are starving. Some of them have died. They demand food now. They have 2 days to feed everyone and provide a new source of raw food. Sounds reasonable. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with the hot house as soon as I have some steel. As for the scouts, let's send them to Winterhome. Let's take a look as to what happened. Now, are these full at all? No. Close, but not exactly. Need to get some more tents. The new people that just arrived, so 4, because there's 38 of them. For a new source of food. Get another hunter's hut. So that way we can have that going. Since we are kind of desperate for food or steel right now, we'll get this gathering as well. I don't like it because they'll send them into the cold with no protection, but we need it. Okay, new laws. Purpose. See what prayer gives us. Evening prayers. We shall meet and pray together to warm not only our bodies but also our souls. Evening prayers. House of prayer and temple. Each user raises hope and has a small chance of convincing a Londoner to stay. Or a shrine. Praying at shrines will give people the strength they need to take on arduous tasks every day. Shrines raise the hope of people working nearby. Shrines increase efficiency in nearby workplaces.
New law! A new law has passed.
Since we got the ironworks finished, steelworks, sorry, go ahead and get that done. I'm going to take them off of that. I'm going to put the automaton there to gather up that steel. We'll get some workers over there instead. And get a hothouse. Some more engineers in there to help the staff. Should we do like that?
Move! Time to get to work.
there's 15 people who are hungry, just walk over and get your food. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the House of Prayer right here. Another one over here. That'll affect the majority of our people.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out for today.
Might as well build this and the other wall drill now, since we have excess wood. Put another coal thumper out here. Could always use more coal eventually in the future as well. Costs a little bit of wood, which we have excess. I can't do that. I can't guarantee it. The only way I can think of to heat those up before this drop happens would be to put in overdrive, which will increase the heat, make everybody happy, but if this fills up, then the generator just explodes and I lose immediately. So I don't know if I can guarantee that I can do that. House of Prayer is built. Hope rises. Okay, now that we also got resources at the moment, let's give these people in the very back warmer houses.
Work time. Get back to work.
Okay, for a hot house, 20 wood in a steam core. Ooh, it's bigger than I remember. I think right here it's already in the generator area, so that'll work. It's like the name implies, you need to keep it hot. Next we'll see about getting a steam hub. build a magnificent testament to the devotion of our people, kindle hope in the hearts of the faithful, and sway the doubtful. Temple. The temple raises hope. Plunderers may occasionally mend their ways, discontent will occasionally fall slightly. Nobility, ceremony of service. It raises hope and comforts the discontented. You will have to build a temple. The Faith Keepers, huh? Faith Keepers are our most devoted believers, who will ensure that the righteous are able to work and pray in peace and security. You can ask Faith Keepers to break up protests. New ability, nighttime procession, reduces discontent. You have to build the seat of the Faith Keepers. Discontent will rise. Huh. I like the way the temple sounds. House of Healing. I wonder what that is. Okay, well anyway, let's get this temple. It sounds like there's nothing bad about that.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Except that it costs 40 steel. Okay, well I'm already getting the Londoners to go down quite a bit. If this temple does what I think it does, it'll maybe allow this number to start going down as well. Instead of just lowering the amount of people. Oh, the automaton finished this job? In that case, send the automaton to take care of the steel mill. Get the extra worker in there. The remainder in here. Actually, instead, take them all off, I'll put them here. Get both steel mills going at once. I like how it's moonwalking sideways. Persuaded. A member of the lenders talking to a crowd who's trying to scare as many people into joining the exodus into London, but his visions of doom ring false in the ears of the people who are content with the situation in our city. Well, if no one's really bothering him, and he's not doing anything, then I'll just let him speak. Anyway, if this goes how I think it will, be able to bring that number down on our own fairly soon. Birth of Faith, sir. People have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might start to be something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. Glad to hear that. I'm gonna build this last house. There we go. Okay. about my ultimate temple. Symbol of devotion, our central place of worship. It brings the peace to the faithful and inspires hope throughout the city. May cause some doubters to mend your ways. Ooh, it's gigantic. I don't know if it requires heat. I'll put it back here because if it does require heat, I can put something there to help it, but for now that should work. Oh, I never put anyone to work over here, huh? Whoops. I kinda need that. Take one off of here. Pop them in there. Writing on the wall. Captain, someone has to face the wall of predictions of doom for our city. It's troubling. People already fear we'll share Winterhome's fate, and scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. Send a cleric to reassure people. Hope rises. The temple has been erected, makes the magnificent symbol of our devotion now visible throughout the city. So I pay food rations to maybe get some Londoners. People are gaining hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee to London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of Winterhome and starting to hope for the future. Good. Oh yeah, tendency is nothing. Like, discontent is about evil. Winterhome. Climbed up to the edge of the city, we stood there speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed. The generator has exploded. The fall of Winterhome. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The city chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair. The following squabbles, riots, and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the eventual starvation. The last entry. God forgive us for eating our dead. There's no hope. May they rest in peace. The freshwater spring. immediately necessary as of yet, but we can send them over here instead. Let's build coal mine holes. Extract 204 coal per standard workday from underground deposits. Scouts, generator power upgrade. I really want like this tier for the heat. And the factory and outpost would be great. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna go straight for tier 3. Well, 2. Still losing about 20 a day. Change of heart. Sir, a man was found crying silently in the temple. We approached him to ask if he needed help. He told us he wanted to see you. I thought my faith died long ago, sir, with my wife and my daughters in London. I couldn't see any purpose in our new life in the fight for survival, but today when I entered the temple, I saw a future for us. Now I'm ready to face it. So we'll put this over here. Reason being is it'll both warm this area, and the automaton will just come off, go right here, and back, rather than having to walk all the way over here, causing this to stop production in the meantime. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichens into the bare rock at their edges. Looks like a good place for a hideout. Degenerated but alive. At the freshwater springs we have met some refugees from Winterhome. They are a sorry sight and be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Asked what kept them from starving, they look away and then mumble something about eating lichens. Okay, so I'm going to send them to the city. Let them start walking on their own and I'll catch up. I'll go ahead and walk over here to the coal... what's it, coal mine? Yeah. Angry about the cold captain, our people are protesting. They've gathered an angry crowd because he forced them to live in the cold homes for too long. They watched helplessly as their children have fallen ill and they've had enough. They demand you do something about it immediately. I can't address it because the weather's about to change and I need to save up to warm everybody. sorry, but yes, I am planning for this already. Righteous denunciation. It is the duty of the faithful to denounce wickedness. It is a sign of true compassion to bring the wicked to light. Groups of people will occasionally abandon the Londoner. Small amounts of resources may be uncovered as well. Discontent will rise. Here's what the field kitchens and house of healing are, so I'm going to go with the shrines this time, because it doesn't seem like it's bad in any way. It just makes people work better.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
So if we pop one here, that'll affect the engineers and all these buildings here. So it's a good chunk of people. Put another by the steel mills. Since we're good on that, on wood, we'll move some over here. Another act of vandalism. No captain, run. No hope. The Longers had to face more walls, urging everybody to join them and abandon the city. Some graffiti even mocks your leadership, branding you an unfit leader, incapable of doing what it takes to save our people. Send a cleric to reassure people. I'm actually going to take these people out of here. Take the automaton off here, put those people here, automaton here, so that we can have constantly food coming in. So although this would help with just popping on and off, this is much more needed at the moment. Cleric beaten. Captain, a priest was assaulted while trying to reassure people disturbed by the London slopes. We should do something to protect our people. 3 days to establish the Faith Keepers, hope will rise slightly. We need the Faith Keepers to strike back. 3 days to establish the Faith Keepers, discontent will fall slightly. We'll pray for him and his assailants. A little bit of both. Okay. About 3 food every 2 hours. That's better. About 12 food a day. That's better than having the same amount made in a much smaller amount of time. At least this will be working constantly. Okay, generator power, I think might be the best one. Yeah, I think that's the way to go for right now. This one not 24 hours, only during work hours. People have started to leave personal charms, beads, and written prayers at shrines as votive offerings. It seems it helps them keep their spirits in these trying times. Put it there, it affects 4 medical posts, so we'll put it there then. And that should get this done. Courage, pray more often, hope rises. Efficiency should also be up slightly. At 6.7 for working near a shrine.
Workday ends. Time off.
Londoners prey on discontent, restless group. The crowd is listening to one of the Londoners, scaring people with visions of dooms, trying to persuade them to leave London. Discontented seem to take to his words to heart, but others remain unconvinced. Let him speak. I don't have any way to stop him, and I don't know if it's a good idea to do that. So we'll do this. Let's raise hope. And we'll do evening prayers. See if any leave. I wasn't paying attention to how many there were before, so I'm just hoping they did. Field kitchen. Each field kitchen will provide people working nearby with hot meals to keep them warm. Raise the temperature of nearby workplace by 1 level. You have to build 2 field kitchens. House of healing. Faithful working in the House of Healing will not only heal the sick, but also pray for them, giving them hope. The House of Healing heals people slower than the infirmary. Doesn't require engineers. Slightly raises patients' hope. I mean, I don't even have the infirmary, so I imagine it's medical post speed. This one doesn't sound like it has a negative at all, besides people take longer to heal, but still. I got faith bonus for it. Might as well.
New law. A new law has passed.
Too bad it's too far to do anything anywhere. Okay, so since we're going to be putting a steam hub back here next to these houses anyway, we'll pop it down there. Okay, with this Londoner situation, I really don't want to do this, but we need the people to do it. I need more research done. The coal mine is automated. Its engine is pressurized, but the mining is stopped. The snow around it is untrodden, and eerie silence hangs in the air. The coal mine was in operation until very recently. The machinery isn't running now, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Perhaps the mine simply extracted its quota or filled the loading bay. We could retrieve plenty of raw materials if we took the machinery apart. Only take the stored coal. Ooh, that is a lot of parts. And then you lose this. Yeah, so we're gonna take the stored coal. And then we're gonna go back and join with the survivors to bring them back faster. Because we could still use the workforce. I'm going to take the 2 engineers out of here, put them in the House of Healing instead. I'll take these out of here, pop them in here as well. Because that will start to cause some hope going on. Generator efficiency upgrade. 10% less coal. Could definitely use that, especially with what we're going to be doing. I'm also going to have to do this.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
Pop a steam hub over here to keep these people warm. Then another over here.
Work time. Get back to work.
Oh, this building's too cold now. Okay. In that case. Those people are fine there. That's fine there. Let's keep the wood coming in for now then. That is too cold to send people out to. Okay, so we got this done. Pop it right there, so that way it affects these people as well. Frostbite. 100 people has been gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening. People will have to work in such cold. Some of them undergo frostbite. It's caused them to get that done. Okay, so we're gonna have this go 6 to 20 because that's when people are out here. We're gonna get another. Out there. it all been long. Instead, go over here and just gather coal. This, we don't need as many hunters, so I'll free up some staff. People.
Finish your labors, people. The workday is up.
Some more people are concerned about the low temperatures. Can't do it right now. An evening prayer this afternoon. Plenty of people are here and they're praying, but they're also talking and laughing. I haven't seen anything this heartening in our city for a long time. It's really brought the community together. Someone has stolen 22 wood from the stockpiles. People are saying it was the Londoners gathering supplies for their journey. Seems ridiculous. Idea of okay. Seems the idea of leaving London is gaining traction. Husband B.
Back to work.
Okay, so public house. Even in this harsh new world, people sing to raise their spirits. After hard work and good company with a stiff drink in hand. Patron of the public house are discontented. Hope will raise slightly. Or what's on their purpose? Field kitchens. This doesn't sound too bad. Get this for now. Just a passive. Oh shit, that went up a lot.
New law in the city.
Sir, a dying old man has written a letter to you from the House of Healing. I will die a good death in due time, not in pain from illness or cold. I will die in peace, knowing that our city is in good hands. Understand that more than food and shelter, people need something to nourish their souls. For this, I thank you. May he depart in peace. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off to 90%.
Today's labor is done. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, just continue to let him speak. I don't want to cause any chaos by forcing him to shut up. Okay. So with that research done, it's freed up about a good chunk of workers. I don't know how many. About 20. I can put 2 more here. Some more there. Research. We should get the outpost will probably do the best in the long run. So they walked most of the way on their own. I saw that at one point they had 20-something people, so quite a few died. But they are bringing plenty of coal with them before the generator dies. So we'll last on that part, at least. Scouts have returned. Send them back out. American camp. Several big tents, no signs of life. A flag flies over them. The American flag, even from this distance, you couldn't mistake the stars and stripes. Other thefts. Captain of the Londoners are stealing it and taking 11 wood from the stockpiles. People are angry the Londoners are putting their crazy idea before the needs of the city. Okay, I'm gonna need to get those Faith Keepers. They're a bit too much of a nuisance. who are angry about the thefts. A crowd is gathered demanding that you stop ignoring the recent thefts. So we have to do something. When we let these thieves steal from our supplies, more and more people will think that maybe the Londoners are right and we'll be safer going with them. Soon they'll repent for the sins. Oof, public penance. Public penance law. I guess we'll see what that is. Oh, it's above this one. Okay, so we'll see what that's about then. Where's my automaton right now? Oh, it's on the coal thing still. Okay, let's take you off to there. Back when getting wood. Because the people need another house.
Starts in the name of God.
Captain, a woman has revealed that she knows where some of the Londoners gather. We'll act on this information. Some Londoners will be persuaded to stay. This cookhouse to cook. child. So our girl is asking to speak to you. She's crying and repeating that her mother is innocent. I lied to the priest. I'm so sorry. I told him that my mom said you're a damn fool and will burn in hell, but I was just mad at her. Made it all up. Please don't punish her. Go and don't do this again. Got the outposts that we can build. So build that here. Next research. Medical post upgrade so we can get the infirmary. Yeah, so we can get healthcare installation as well. I already turned off that oak, right? Yeah.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Oh, fits in that little crack right there. So that'll work. Gather our people together and lead them in a procession. Discontent will fall when the procession starts after midnight. Steel. Found a living soul in the camp. We found out about a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prosthesis. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. They bury them and take their equipment. 63 steel and another steam core. Nice. Temporary settlement. Okay, I need to pull you off of here. Put you here.
Work shift begins. May the Lord save all workers from harm.
Pull those people out of there. And one out of the house. So we can replace him here. It's the 10 we need. We'll send them to the coal mine. Impatient. One of our people is facing death, but he's refusing amputation. He keeps screaming that he doesn't want anyone touching his leg and he won't change his mind, even though gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. Well, let him be. Okay, so since things aren't in the greatest shape at the moment, I would have to survive for at least another day. We're having coal issues. Actually, let's call it here for now. I'll continue this later.